Hey class, Jim here. Let's talk about MyLab, aka MyLab Math. They mean the same thing. So under content, you will see over here on the left a module titled MyLab Math. And if you click on it, there are links that will take you over to MyLab Math. And you can jump into the software on the home page. You can go into the e-text. You can go into all assignments, which include both homework and quizzes. You can go into the study plan. The study plan is very underutilized. It is the collection of all exercises for the course. The homework and the quizzes are just a subset of those. So if you need extra practice, go to the study plan. You can practice to your heart's content. The multimedia library is another underutilized resource. Zillions of videos and other multimedia are in there to help you figure out things. So I would take advantage of these two. Go in and look. Try to figure out ways to use those to your advantage. Then there's the gradebook. The MyLab gradebook keeps track of all your homework, your quizzes, and I will put your exam scores over there as well. And then after each exam, I will bring over homework average, quiz average, and the exam scores to D2L. So the D2L gradebook is only going to be updated after each exam. The MyLab gradebook will be ongoing. It keeps track of itself. So that's always going to give you a slightly more precise picture of your grade. One thing to keep in mind is that the computation of MyLab does one funny thing. If you open up a homework assignment and you do one question and then close that homework assignment, in your grade computation at that moment, it's going to treat that score as part of your grade. It doesn't wait until the due date to include it as in your average. So if you really want a very precise readout of your grade, look at it right after you finish an assignment, not just after you open up the next one. So just a little tidbit there. There's some other things down here you can look through and see if they are helpful to you. You can purchase a printout of the book if you want. Most folks find using the e-text just fine, so totally up to you. So let's jump over to, let's go to the assignments. So in the assignments, you are going to see your homework and you're going to see your quizzes. And actually, because I set the start date in the future from today, we are not seeing them right now. So what I'm going to do is cheat, and I'm going to go over as me. So now I'm in MyLab as the instructor. This is what you will see once the semester starts. You can see the start date is set for the 20th. So on the 20th, other than these three exams, the three exams, exam 1, 2, and the final, all the start dates are on the 20th. So this is what you're going to see on day one. So every section has a homework assignment. Every section has a quiz. You have 2 chances to take each quiz. The highest score is the one that counts. Homework exercises you can do infinitely many times, so there's no reason not to get 100% on homework. If you're not getting 100%, you're not putting in enough time. That's just how it is. You've got to spend a lot of time to do well in this class, and because you can try each question an infinite number of times, there really isn't any reason not to be getting 100%. So that said, keep in mind that each iteration gives 3 attempts. So if you try a problem and you try a particular iteration 3 times and you miss it all 3 times, then you click on the button that says similar exercise, and then it will give you another 3 attempts at a modified iteration. Okay, and then there's these things here called concept overviews. These are prerequisites for quizzes. They don't have due dates on them, but you need to do them in order to open this quiz up here. So here's the 6.2 prereq for this 6.2 quiz. Here's the 6.1 prereq for the 6.1 quiz, etc. So that's how those work. Let's talk about this HonorLock stuff up here. So HonorLock is the software that is the proctoring software. And You need to take this quiz before you do anything in HonorLock. Now, if you are one of those students that's going to prefer to take the test in the testing center, that's totally fine. You don't need to do any of the HonorLock stuff. Some students prefer not to deal with the online proctoring stuff. It's a little complicated. Not too complicated, but it is a little complicated. And it requires you to have a webcam. In particular, it requires you to have a webcam that shows both your face and your, I'm having trouble setting mine up right now, and your hands. I would have to move my camera further back so that you could see both my hands and my face. So you need to figure that out, and this quiz will talk about that. Your camera needs to show your face and your hands and the paper that you're writing on. It's not okay just to have your face in the camera. Not okay. You will lose credit if you don't have a camera set up properly. So make sure that you figure out how to get the camera far enough away, can be off to the side if you need, but it's got to be far enough away that it has both your face and your hands. So that's what this practice quiz is all about. Get you familiar with HonorLock, how it works. All of these items that are done through HonorLock, I can see them here in my MyLab, but that's not how you access them. You will access them through D2L. So I'm going to jump back over to D2L and just show you that. So if you come over to content, you see this link right here that's to HonorLock proctoring. That's how you will take any quiz or exam that is HonorLock enabled. So here is the HonorLock dashboard. I have not enabled those assignments quite yet, so we're not going to see them here. But as soon as they are enabled, you will see them here. So this one is not enabled. This one is actually the D2L assignment, the D2L quiz that you do not need HonorLock for. If I wanted HonorLock to be enabled, I would click there. So once those other assignments are HonorLock enabled, you will see them here. And that's where you take them. You take them through the HonorLock dashboard, not through MyLab Math, okay? If you have questions as you're playing around in MyLab Math or figuring out HonorLock, send me an email, jim.voss@frontrange.edu, and I will help you out. Okay, so let's see. All right, so those are the basics of my MyLab. If you come over here, you can go to the gradebook, and that's going to show you your gradebook distribution. And again, I'm in here as the teacher, so I'm just seeing myself. You aren't in my MyLab quite yet, but you will be. Let's see. That is about all I have to say about my MyLab right now. If you have questions, send me an email, and I will help you out. Welcome to the semester.